when it comes to casting, there is obviously a huge campaign from fans and the person himself to have Dave Bautista play Marcus Fenix. But we can talk about wider casting, but I think let's talk about Big Dave first. David, would you like to see Dave Bautista play Marcus Fenix? Do you think he's the right choice, or do you have any other thoughts on who could maybe play the character for this live action movie?
I am continually surprised by the sort of depth that Batista is able to do in his acting, because he just looks like a meathead, but actually there's an odd movie where he's got some range in him. Yeah. He's not just a total meathead that just grunts on screen. He is a fairly okay actor. It's the obvious pick. Is that the lazy pick? Maybe, but is the obvious pick always the bad idea? I don't know. I could, if they said, right, we're going with Batista, I could see it and I could get on board with it. Equally, if they thought, no, we're going to go in a different direction, I would be fine with that as well. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Problem I have, I don't really think I like Dave Bautista, like you just said. I think he does have range. I think he's done some great stuff. I don't think he's my first. I don't really have a first choice for Marcus Fenix, but I don't feel like he's the right choice. Also, and I've mentioned budget, I feel like if he's in this, it just has to be about him. It's because he's going to be unless he takes a huge pay cut, which I don't know, maybe he's willing to do, because he's made it very clear that he's a big fan and he wants to, and he's already been involved with the update they did with Gears 5.
Yeah.
But so maybe he wouldn't be expensive, but I am concerned, would he be in this if he was a support? Because like I said, I think Marcus should be a supporting character. I think he would want to be in it if Marcus is a supporting character. So it's either going to be the Dave Bautista show or it's going to be someone else. Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the fact that he tweeted this out almost as if it's a social media audition for the role kind of shows that they've not thought about casting and they haven't made any decisions yet, or he's not aware of where they are with that process. I can't think of anything that he's done as a lead other than that weird West Ham sniper thing that he did that apparently was garbage. He has always struck me as somebody who is a steady hand supporting lightly comedic meathead. Guardians of the Galaxy is the obvious part of that. I enjoyed his presence in is he in Blade Runner? He was pretty terrifying in that, wasn't he? I don't think it's a bad choice. I don't know why people are saying he needs to be Marcus Fenix, because I don't know, having not played the DLC, I don't know if he actually has a part in Gears 5 stuff.
The way that DLC works is you essentially swap out Marcus's model for Dave Bautista's model, and he's recorded every single line for the game as well. The performance is fine. I would say it's not. It didn't blow me away, but so you essentially replace Marcus with Dave Bautista as Marcus Fenix.
Okay. I mean, having seen him wrestle for many, many years, I never expected him to be able to act his way out of a paper bag, because I thought promo-wise in WWE he was so shit. Even wrestling, he just looked like he was, all of his limbs were stuck together with super glue. I just don't understand how he managed to transition his way into something, because I think even in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, I looked at it and I remember kind of feeling that sort of wrestling fans association with him, like, I know this guy, none of you guys know who this is, but I know Dave Bautista from the wrestling. I knew him before he was cool. I still think he was pretty average in the first Guardians, and he really came into his own as it moved on from there, when they let him loose with the comedy elements a little bit. But before that, I would have said he's not right for anything.
I agree. We know I like a lot of the Marvel stuff, I really do, and I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think the fandoms are very loud, and they maybe that character Drax and Dave Bautista bought stuff that they're going to like almost anything that's put in front of them. I'm not trying to take credit away from him, because he's good. And I actually just watched the holiday special Guardians of the Galaxy, and he and the Mantis character are basically the features in that. And give him his credit, he made me laugh a lot. this isn't supposed. Marcus Fenix isn't supposed to make me laugh, so
He's not
Yeah.
funny. No.
I'm not really looking for that from him. I think the reason Dave Bautista is funny, or Drax is funny, is because he's Dave Bautista doing the dumb comedy that he does, and that's kind of why it lands. And what I will say, I don't know if either of you have played the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I think the Drax in that game is better than the Bautista version.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and that game went on the radar a little bit, but it was critically praised, and people who have played it said, actually, this game, story-wise and performance-wise, is brilliant. And I came away from that game thinking that the Drax in that game is not as dumb. He's kind of plays dumb or so separate from the culture in Guardians of the Galaxy. In the game, he's comes off way more intelligent and kind of more belittling to people.
Right.
I much preferred that version of the character, but I like Dave Bautista. I don't think he's right for what I want. I'm not sure he can carry it, but then again, if it is just big dumb all the money action, maybe it would be fine. I'm not against it. If he's cast, fine. I'll take it. But it is strange how I do see, I'm very sort of ingrained in the Gears fandom. There's very loud, has to be Dave Bautista, number one Dave Bautista. Well, I don't know. I don't think it does.
It may appeal from a sort of an element of the Keanu Reeves, John Wick style thing, because Keanu Reeves is a hell of a cool guy, but he's not Laurence Olivier or Daniel Day-Lewis,
No.
and he was able to carry this like really understated badass character really, really well by just doing the Neo thing again, which is also another very understated character. So Marcus Fenix obviously has layers to him, and John DiMaggio is an incredible talent who is iconic in his portrayal of him. But as Dave was talking about his range earlier, I don't think Dave Bautista's range is massive, but it's in enough. It's big enough to be able to carry this sort of, disgruntled, grizzled veteran.
Yeah.
If they play him as like an older character, especially.
Exactly.
You're largely winning me round to your argument, because I'm thinking like there's two main reasons you would have someone like Dave Bautista, and like The Rock has done a lot of it. He's obviously improved over the years, but when he started acting, he was awful. And there's two main reasons. One, you think he's going to, like, if you're going to bring like a big celebrity that are famous for certain things to a role, it's either do you think they can bring something to the role, i.e. they've got a pre-established body of work within the scope of what your script is shooting for that they can cater for specifically and do really well, or they're going to get bums on seats. And I'm not sure Dave Bautista necessarily ticks either of those boxes.
I agree, and it sounds like we're being really kind of negative and critical, but I think we're just trying to sort of get into the weeds of it here. I'm on board with that, and you're right. He's not The Rock. He's not going to put as many bums in seats as The Rock. Just because Dave Bautista is a fan of the role doesn't necessarily mean he should play it. Yeah, it's and just to underline it, I'm trying not to be overtly negative about it. I just think that's how I feel, and I think we're trying to be honest about it here.